Hello, everybody. Reggie Time here, and we're about to embark on a 90-minute or so session of 25, and I'll fast forward. For those of you who watch my channel regularly, you'll be aware that I've been playing some full ring on GG lately, full ring anti. It's been going at best mediocre. I haven't uploaded yesterday's results yesterday because I was annoyed. I suspect it's maybe just pushed me into having a slightly losing win rate pre-rate back. The rate back's been pretty good, so financially it's not been a disaster. But I think I'm going to play this game today because, frankly, I'm just absolutely sick and tired of being out of position in multi-way pots constantly, which is just a pretty heavy feature of those games. And also in the other soft games I play on the other soft site, just out of position, multi-way, fucking stinks. And you get that less in speed poker because you don't get many callers. It's a shitter game, it's a nittier game, but I just fancy cleansing my palate a little bit, so we're going to do some of this. I'm quite triggered by poker at the minute. It's kind of probably since late spring. I've been playing. I mean, kind of forcing myself to play when I haven't really wanted to play. Um, I don't know, just not really loving it much at the moment. There's probably a whole multitude of reasons for that. Um, too many different concepts swirling through my mind. Playing with zero consistency. Sometimes I try and play. I'm going to try and like play what I think the sub wants to do. Then I'm doing a bit of what mass data wants to do. Then I'm just doing my own fucking stupid things, and it. I don't know. I'll never stop loving the game, but I'm not into it at the moment. Really, I probably just shouldn't play. I don't need to play. Um, Probably just an addiction, to be frank. I'm just addicted to playing, even though I'm not enjoying it. I'm addicted to still playing every single fucking day. Um, Fortunately, we make it pay, so it's not too damaging. Or long term, we make it pay. We haven't been making it pay much over the last 2 months. I can fucking promise you that. But yeah, I just need to. I don't know what I need to do to get back into it. I suspect a good bit of detox from all social media. Like I watch too many different channels that are telling me too many different things. All of them very good, but they're all spreading different messages or somewhat different messages, and you're like, "Oh, I'll try that. Oh, I'll try that. Oh, I'll try this." Before you fucking know it, you haven't got a clue. You don't know your ass from your elbow. I think I need to completely detox from that sort of thing and just get back into doing things my way. Squeezing the queens here. And that's what I'm going to try and do today. I'm just going to try and play instinctively rather than, oh, I think this is the right thing to do in theory, or I think this is the right thing to do in MDA terms, or etc. etc. I'm just going to try and look at my hand, like, what the fuck does this hand want to do, and then execute. Um, so, yeah. Hopefully, this video makes it. I mean, if you're watching it, it's going to make it. It's far from guaranteed to. If I end up 2 binds down in the next 20 minutes, I'm likely to just quit for the day again. Very likely to just quit for the day. Because that's how it's been going lately. I either have a day where I'm doing okay, not losing, and I put the hours in, or I start losing early. I'm like, fuck this shit, can't be bothered. And then wait for tomorrow. Really piss poor mindset. I'd imagine that all of my consumption of different poker outlets that's confused me has probably had quite the toll on my mental game. To where at the minute I just don't have any mental muscle. if I'm winning or it's going well or I feel like I'm playing well and not really losing, I can put a shift in. The minute things go a little bit against me, I'm just fucking like a tantrum. It's like child throwing a tantrum. I don't monkey tilt. I don't blow my money off, but I just fucking quit for the day. And just try not to fucking think about poker. Gonna ISO the 8-10 suited. I hope these games aren't three-handed for long either. Limp call. We got 10 high. We have, you would imagine, a lot more of this board than this player. So we are going to see bet. We might even triple off here. Snap calls, yeah, we're tripling versus that snap call. Okay, we're just doubling. Don't want to squeeze the king 5 suited. I think maybe I do. Called quickly in 2 spots. And we flop top pair. Start with a small bet here. Snap called again by this absolute whale. We're not going to bet the turn. And we're going to call any non-flush completing rivers. And maybe do some betting on some bricks if he checks again. With this bottom pair, third pair, we're just out. That's not the best of rivers. I think we're just going to check back here. Hope to win against Jack X. Some ace highs, etc. Yep, 4 bet here by a reg. We're just going to be all in with the ace queen. Don't think he makes a particularly enticing flat. This guy is a reg. He folds. Check back the second pair. Check back the turn ace. And check back the river. And lose to ace 4 off. Sabine Maria, you are a fucking idiot. Not for that particular hand. That hand was probably fine. But generally speaking, you are dog shit. Come on, lobby. I mean, how many players are in the pool now? 14. I'm 2 of them. This other shithouse reg with the weird name's going to be at least 2 of them, maybe more. It is only 10 past 9 in the AM, so I mean, not sure really what I'm expecting. Out of position. I fucking hate being out of position. I think my current playbook for out of position needs a significant upgrade. I haven't done any work on it for ages, and it's beginning to show in my game. Because I just feel lost constantly. I mean, spots like this are quite easy. Check flop with a plan to check raise or check call depending on sizing. When check through, stab turn, then bluff river. That's easy. It's when you're on my middle of range stuff, like my under pairs, my strong ace size, etc. All the middle of range stuff out of position I've really not been doing very well with. And that will be a definite consequence of taking my poker content from various different sources who all are advocating different styles of play, or not different, like all like nodding to theory, but then their own take on like exploits or what have you. There's the people I typically watch as Pete Clark. I watch him a lot. Soul for Why podcast. I listen to that daily, even though it's not really that much of a theory podcast. They do have some strat chat now and again. Player called Chai Poker, Ben a Bad Beat, and then I watch streamers like Weasel, who I think are pretty good, and then I watch some streamers that aren't particularly good, in my opinion, and I think I pick up some real bad habits from them. Basically, I think I'm just consuming too much content, and I'd probably need to just quit it for a while, and just not watch anything, and just see where the dust settles. I think we're going to start bluffing with this 5-3. I think a jack nearly always bets to flop. I think you can have lots of hands that are like better than us that can't call two barrels. Some hands that are worse than us but have equity, etc. I'm going to pop the king at 8 up. Gut shot here. This plays quite fucking. If you see a blue tag, just assume shit. That's the definite fish, but in the holding tank between tight fish and just like fucking absolute uber fucking idiot. Um, some of these probably should be in the uber idiot camp by now, but you don't get as much showdown information in these games as you do at regular tables. So you don't get to see a lot of the shit they get that plays through to the river. So I suspect my tagging system in Fastfold is nowhere near as accurate as my tagging system in regular tables. This guy wants to big bet this board, which seems not right, but one fish big bet. It's usually not a good idea to continue light. I've seen enough from this fucker to give him the pink tag. They are uber shite. Josh seems to like min betting. I'm going to check call versus bid bet with that backdoor flush draw. Turning a top pair here. Let me calling this 2/3 pot bet. Josh goes with overbet. We're out. Here we're going to bet big and we're going to look to get calls from the Jack X region and just all of the bluff catchers. Bet fold R6-9 here. Deuce 4-5. Just get dunked into for pot. Which is fine. I was about to see bet quite big there. Our friends made me not need to bother. I've had a reg pot this multi-way. My read on this situation is he's probably got a relatively strong hand here. Obviously, we're not folding. It'll be interesting to see what size he got. If he bets turn for pot again, I'm going to assume he's just got some random like 2 pair type holding. If he downsizes somewhat, then we're going to assume he's just got like 6x, something like that. He overbets. I mean, we just got an easy fold now. We are gut shot. I think it's going to be like super. I mean, what are his bluffs here realistically on the flop? 8-7, 4-3, which we block. It's just going to be under bluff for this sizing, in my opinion. By population, maybe this guy does do a good job there of balancing, but by and large, that's just going to be a big blind special. Checks back 10 high, we turn a good shot. We're going to bet turn bluff river. We are going to fold the S5 suited because fuck 4 betting out of position in this pool with bluffs. Just absolutely fuck it. There are certain regs I will do it against, but I need to know that A, they're capable of 3 betting light on the button, B, capable of folding to 3 bets. I don't know either of these things about Den Hertige. Here we just have a pretty easy double barrel, I think. Certainly betting the flop because we have 6 high. And they can definitely go call some ace highs, some double Broadway stuff, and fold turns. We get donked into here on 4-5-7. We're just going to fast play versus a whale. You know, double barrel this 6-5 on the diamond, picking up the equity. Queen river, that ties in nicely with hands that check call on 10-9x. But if he's got a 10 or a 9, he maybe not folding. You can have stuff like Jack Queen, King Queen, etc. I think we're just giving up. Jacks, okay. So we've got this reg who's just randomly called this ISO. We have a board that we're definitely going to see bet literally 100% of the time when we've ISO'd a limit from the small blind. And we take it down. King, King, Queen, cut off versus big blind, and the big blind is a reg. We're going to check back. I'm going to check back to turn 2. Not an ideal scenario versus a reg. Blocks river. I mean, we just have an easy call, but we're just never going to win. But we don't need to win very often. Chop. Which is about the best case scenario there. You're just getting straight pink, mate. You open up the button, you've got 43 big blinds. You're just getting straight pink. You're not even getting the holding tag of blue. You're just straight into pink. I ain't got no time for that shit. I mean, let's just see what this guy's limping the button with and checking down with. I mean, he might stab this river because it's just limps, checks down, loses with Jack 7 suited. What a fucking idiot. These games exist, and I've not been enjoying it. I've not been being especially profitable the last 2 months. Says a lot more about my game and where it's been, and my headspace and where it's been, than it does about how difficult poker is. The game ain't tough. You're just got to be on the ball. You've got to be sharp. Oh yeah, just come in with the donk there, yeah. You're getting upgrade to pink. Queen Jack off. The opener doesn't have many chips. Out of position multi-weight is just too hard. I think that's probably at best a 0 EV spot, and I'm just not fucking interested in it. Just not interested. Maybe even Calling's even slightly losing there. Multi-way. Assuming Josh doesn't raise, we're going to be trying to be quite aggressive in this hand. Kick it up with a smallish betting position. Don't raise, Josh. You'll lose me if you do. You'll lose me. You've got a fat whale on the hook if you've got a decent hand. If you raise at any point, you will lose me. So what are we thinking Josh has got here? He's got a lot of medium strength hands. We are clearly going to bluff. And win. Right, Josh, I've seen enough. Seen enough, mate. I've got Den calling out the small blind, so he's going to get the holding tag of maybe tight fish. Value betting our king on the river here. Could value on ourselves, but willing to take the risk. Checking back the nines, not looking to build a big pot here. He doesn't probe the turn. I'm thinking he's got hands like 10x, 8x, under pairs, some semi-decent ace highs. Can we get value? Is it too thin? Not worried about protecting. We're not going to get any folds from like Jack Queen, X of Hearts, etc. So I'm not worried about that. Trying to fold that type of equity out. Then we're going to lose here to a 10 a lot. Or sometimes beat pocket threes. Snap checks back. We're going to bet twice here. Expect to get looked up by all of his bluff catchers, but sometimes he'll just go call fold. Not with that hand. Expertly played. Probably just giving up with this ace queen if we face bet, and we're certainly not c betting. Depending on size, if we go small, we'll call. Like, we have fake showdown value here. By fake showdown value, I mean like it's easy to know check down. We might win at showdown sometimes, but probably not very often. But we certainly don't get any better hands to fold, so there is no point betting. And I don't think we get called by worse. If we bet here, does ace jack call? Does king queen call? Probably not. Maybe ace jack does, actually. A bit lazy by me there thinking. What did he have? Ace deuce. It's king 10. We're going to kick off with a bet because I don't want to check call. We do get called. We can certainly get called by some stuff that king 10 is still doing okay against. Don't really want to barrel the deuce though. I think we're just going to end up check folding here. Does check back. Now, can we get ace high to fold? The guy doesn't have an 8. Do we just overbet and try and get ace high to fold? I don't know if we should or not, but that's what I'm going to do. The instant fold. We didn't bother stabbing this multi-way. Now we fold. 3x. King Jack would fall into a 3-bet range sometimes. I don't know this player from a hole in the wall. For now, we're just going to fold versus a 3x. I used to fall into the trap of ISOing these against limps from out of position. But I think our equity isn't really good enough to do that, so we're not going to. And now we're just going to bet until he raises. top pair here, multi-way. Start with the bet. Snap call by Sabine Maria. Turn trips. Interesting. And we can certainly keep seeking value. Draws, under pairs. Some worse 10x, although not many probably. Big blind can have some worse 10x. 8 on the river. Just go for value again. Did he call there or not? Don't even. Just too quick. Got caught by the 8. With the aces here versus this side, we're going to go for a raise. This is half pot, and we're just going to go bet and hit our life if we get raised. Kicking off with a bet with the 2 pairs. I think I'm going to go for a check raise on this turn because we are very deep and I want to make a big pot. Can't really do that just by betting. Here we get to raise against draws, we get to raise against worse value. We lose to literally one hand. There's literally one combo of it. Well, sorry, 2 combos because, oh no, 1 combo. Exactly 1 combo of hands we lose to. And then we are all in on the river. Are we? 2x pot. Can't see another size. He's going to fold all his draws anyway. S9. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Could see the tilt jam here. We see the 3-bet. We're not calling. Not at all surprised to see the 3-bet. The ace jack with the back door. We're just going to check call. Probably just check fold this turn. Depending on size. Certainly going to check fold versus big bet. Do we want to see bet bottom pair here? The back doors? Probably. I think just checking back turn. And folding to river probe. If he checks, maybe we bluff to try and make him fold a hand like pocket 6s. But he bets, so nothing to say, nothing to do. Didn't open the douches earlier because we had a reg in positions on the button, and this table was certainly going to open. And we are completely done with it multi-way. There'll be 0 attempts to bluff at this pot. I had a feeling this guy was going to be a reg just by his name. Just by his name. And the Jack 7 suited. But he's made it a weird size. Be disciplined for the time being. I've got a feeling finisher is going to be an aggressive type. And just something about him, just something about it. The name, I don't know. I just get the feeling we're going to see plenty of aggression from finisher. And we're going to watch this hand just to try and get a bit more of a sense for him or her or they, the walk amongst you. How many players in the pool now? Still just the 14, of which I remain to be 2 of them. Hmm. 9 seer versus a squeeze from this stack size. They're just going to 4-bet and run it against them. They're just going to have enough, like, 2 overs, etc. when they jam. Like that. No heart. Thank you. That's a chop at least. It's a set. No spade. Cool. So we bet here, we called twice, and then the board runs out paired. I think I just block, fold the river. We are so fucking dead. But what are we going to do? I mean, we just have to call and lose. But we are just so fucking dead here. But maybe we beat a 10. Maybe we beat a 10. It's turned a full house over on table, on the left-hand side table. What the fuck did that other guy race with? Ace 5. Okay. We are still raising this and just really trying to stack a queen. An ace, sorry. So we lost that pot on the right-hand side table to the person I didn't expect to lose it to. And we do stack an ace over here. Lovely. No flush draw and a gut shot Placing 1/3 on mono. We're not raising. We might raise at some point, but not yet. Now we're probably not going to raise at all because we've got showdown value. And they'll probably don't have that much showdown value against a hand that triples. So maybe we just call again and then fold river. Don't know if we won that hand or not. We won it against Jack 7 off. Disappointing that the pet board pairs. I mean, we still have a bet, but visions of being all in have disappeared. I think here we're going to check the 10-7, just check fold, and if he checks, probably just bet twice. Pool appears to have dropped a little bit, but it appears to be full of absolute fucking morons. So, well, say full of. There's no one in the pool, but people that are in the pool appear to be dog shit. So we're certainly not going anywhere. I don't love playing short-handed, but I do love playing against fucking idiots. Oh yeah, you want to just 3x pot, a limp pot, do you, mate? I wonder how good that hand is. You might get to see. Sabine Marine didn't care. Josh then min bet. What the actual fuck? Get me in there with Josh. Get me fucking in there. Okay. Baba's spoiling the fun this time. Checking back the nut nothing. Checking back again. Oh, temptation to bet and just have pocket fives fold is real. You have the stone, nut, nothing. Don't think he's betting pairs, like sixes, etc. So I don't want to raise because we don't rep anything when we raise anyway. I think it's going to be a lot of just like shitty ace X here. I'm going to check then. Block 1/3. We are meant to call with all our bluff catchers there, of which the nut nothing would be a bluff catcher. Maybe that's a mistake. Maybe we just have to pay there. Easy turn call here, even though he's bet quite big. And again, we're in very much bluff catcher territory, but on the 4-liner, there is a temptation to bluff here because this size doesn't represent a straight, in my opinion. Yeah, we're going to go for it. Try and make him fold a hand like Jack 7, 8-7, that type of thing. 10-8. He's not folding that. Oh, fuck. I didn't notice that was a min 3 bet. It'd be dirty if we got a good hand now. We might not get a chance to see because Snitkin might just rip the fucking head off it, but he hasn't, and he checks his board. Yeah, so that other hand, when he bets our pot on the river, it just isn't typically the sort of size I would expect to see a straight use. If I was on the ball, I would be now making a note of that. But I'm clearly not going to. Pool started to fill a little. Finisher back. Somebody with a username in all block capitals. It's just 3-bet me. I have a hard time expecting anybody who has all block capitals. Anyone who just uses caps lock in general is getting the fucking bin. It's a very Donald Trump sort of thing to do, isn't it? These nines here. This is the blue tag. Just going to call and be unhappy. And we see check, which I didn't expect to see on this board. Not going to reopen. Quite often these like fishy players can check, aiming for check raise. I think we'll learn a lot on the start on the turn. I think I'm expecting to see a lot of like big bets on the turn after check, or just a lot of checking where we can start trying to take it away. But what the fuck are we trying to make fold here? It's 3-bet pre, so his range is going to be mostly top left hand corner of a range chart. I think I'm just literally giving up with the nines and hoping he's got a hand like some fucking random shitty ace X or pocket sevens. We have to call here because his squeeze size is too small, but I'm really unhappy because I think we're probably significantly dominated. Pocket eights, okay. Makes sense. It typically isn't a hand I would call a squeeze with, but because he made it small, but he's fucking stacked with shit, maybe we should still just fold it anyway. Because now we've got 2 overs, backdoor everything, and we just have to fold versus 3/4 pot because he's got no money. It's annoying. Need to see the end of this story. I'm invested in this story. Charlie's just got a good hand, probably. Or a draw of some description involving red cards. Four bet. Obviously, get it in here with the ace king suited. We're not thrilled to get it in, not by a fucking long chalk. 387. going to check back here and just station, I think, rather than c-bet. I think you still have a lot of hands like pocket jacks, pocket tens, but also have some worse ace highs. So I think we're just going to station here. I think we're going to get a lot of folds in the ace king too. Jumping up the rake back pay grades. Get in there and just show down our ace jack here. We have some showdown value. We have some pot share. Maybe not a lot, but we have like maybe 1/3 pot share, which I think is plenty enough to check down. Snickins in the tank. And he's gone. Wonder why Snickkin didn't shove that king river. I don't understand his line there. He's like, he hasn't jammed pre with ace king suited at a position. Moron. He's then stabbed turn, which is probably completely reasonable. And then he's hit the river and he's chosen to bluff catch with a hand that can get some absolutely clear value. Guess what I'm saying is, and bearing in mind I don't consider myself to be a really good reg these days, but I guess what I'm saying is, Snitkin's a fucking idiot. I guess that's what I'm saying. Finisher. I like using these offsuit ace-x as 3-bets because I don't give a fuck when I get 4-bet, and they do block some 4-bets. Not that I'm going to sit here and talk about blockers because fuck that. Okay, Josh. We call your min bet. We call your turn min bet. I got a feeling a big bet's coming here. Thought so. Clearly never folding. Excuse me, Josh. Excuse me, Josh. I had a feeling the big bet was coming. I'm very fluent in the language of fuckwit. Very fluent in it. Do I want to 4-bet the Queen 10 suited? Certainly isn't a theory 4-bet. Well, I don't think it is anyway. I think it does well enough against calling ranges. And this guy's got block capitals. So absolutely fuck him. This is a very much a block capital play. So you got block capitals. I don't like that. I'm going to 4-bet a hand that shouldn't 4-bet. That's exactly what's going on here. And I'm going to be duly punished for it with the Ace King 9 black flop. And I've literally no idea how to proceed now. I haven't got the first fucking clue what to do. Pocket pairs of spade aren't folding. Ace X isn't folding. King X isn't folding. I guess we just give up and don't 4-bet hands you shouldn't 4-bet versus block capital, guys. That's what's going on here. Someone's name triggered me into 4-betting with a hand that should not 4-bet. And it cost me 21 big blinds. Well, it didn't cost me 21. It cost me 18.5 big blinds. Reg. Oh, I'm going to let Joshy do his thing. We send him do a few strange things post-flop. Chooses not to do it this time. I was going for a check raise there against Hippo Boy. Opportunity was denied. Back to 3-handed. Just about to get 3-bet here by finisher, so we're not going to open that hand because of that. Deeper here, so we're going to 3-bet bigger. I very rarely sit this deep. I normally just like whatever, rat hole. If we end up being deep with someone who I think is good, we will be rat holing. Or someone who I think isn't a fucking idiot, should I say. A little bit deeper here as well. So we're going to go 13.5. Get the Ace King 10 flop, and we are going to nope, wrong one, Reg. We're going to do this. Checking that turn all day, every day. And probably value betting this side on the river. I think if he has a better hand, he just bets the turn. I think ace is always the best hand here. And this river here, not happy going call, really. But I mean, we just have a mandatory call, so very much a just pay spot. And they have 6-eye, which is nice. I'm going to give Sheffy the reg on probation tag. Hmm. I'll start building a pot here with the nut flush draw. I'm fully aware we have a pair too, but I'm more interested in the draw side of the hand than I am my pair. Flopping a set against two absolute whoppers. We will be trying to get a check raise in, but it will only be small. And check back this turn. I'm going to go for a small check raise here. I'm going to fold this river on the four liner. Not loving that the threes come. Ace deuce gets there, 6-7 gets there. Still going to continue betting, of course, but our hand has its equity has reduced somewhat. And this river is now awkward. I don't think. Well, we can still get value, of course we can, but it's going to be much harder to get value now. Is Villain likely to turn a hand into a bluff more than he is to call? He's not going to bet a 10, but he might not call with a 10 either. But could he have some random stuff that just wants to bluff now? I think we actually get him to invest more by checking than we do by betting. He just instantly checks back with maybe that's one hand we could have got value from. Maybe that's one of the hands we could have got value from. Never mind. I can go either way here, bet or check. I don't really mind. I don't do rolling. I just do whatever my instincts are like pushing me towards. My instincts here are telling me we might need to improve. If he blasts the river big, I think we're probably just going to fold. If he does any bet, maybe we're just going to fold. And he just snap checks back again with a hand that had no business betting at any point. Did what you see a lot at low stakes. People not bluffing, just betting made hands that shouldn't bet. Five four suited. We are going to 3-bet. Snitkin is going to get an upgrade to orange, I think. We have a mandatory range bet here. I'm really, really unhappy about. I was about to ask how many call folds I think this player has. He's now going back to green because this is just fucking bonkers. Probably just some sort of button clicker. Finisher's got a small blind cold call range, which means I think he's probably not a decent reg. Now we're just going to call down. Don't care what the river is, we are calling. We are raising. Skato loves a limp. All of a sudden he's clicked the pot button. Don't like that. I'm actually just going to cold call here. Because I don't like the fact he's hit the pot button. I mean, now we've hit an ace, we're just not folding, but that pot size bet pre has certainly made me nervous. I suspect we're going to lose this pot, but if we'd 3-bet, we were going to lose it anyway. I think they've just rolled out the cooler, I think, on the ace pops. Oh no, they haven't. What the fuck did he have? 8-9 off. Okay. Bad read, Reg. Bad read. I haven't seen him raise yet, though. I've seen him limp a lot. So when a limper suddenly finds a pot button, you expect to see good cards mostly. Not the 8-9 off. But we don't know that much about him. And maybe he was limping a lot and he got pissed off and decided, fuck you, I'm just potting everything for a bit. Who knows? Hello, ladies. Thoroughly miserable flop with the ace queen. We're probably just in check fold territory, depending on size. I mean, it's another of those situations where you think, well, I've got ace queen, I've got some showdown value, but do you really? But a hand's just too strong to bluff with, probably, because we just don't get pairs to fold. But we also don't get we get draws to fold, to get draws to call, I guess. Just I think it's too thin to bet. These are spots I typically don't play very well. This guy was never folding that hand, so it doesn't matter. Multi-way out of position is just not fun. Ace 8 suited, but fucking hell's bells. Excuse me. 11 big blinds. Okay. You can have that one, sir. Or madam. Josh coming in with a mini. Snitkin doesn't 3-bet. We're going to try and see a flop with Josh because we think Josh is special. Snitkin spends a lot of time in the tank, which makes me nervous about what they're up to. I'll say no more than that. Josh just goes with 5x. I'm hoping to get my PokerStars account back very, very soon. I've been self-excluded for 5 long years. That ended on Sunday, and I'm currently going through the stages of trying to get my account back. It's taking a long time because star support compared to what it used to be is absolute dog shit now. He asked me a load of questions in an email yesterday, asked me to send in a load of details. I've done all of that. I'm hoping to have it back sometime this week. Then I will make probably some 5NL or 10NL Zoom videos. Checking back one of the worst aces I'm going to have here. I'm unhappy. I am unhappy. We have a clear call here, but I am deeply unhappy about facing a 3/4 pot turn probe or whatever fucking size that is. Be happy now the 6 has come because we do now chop with some ace-x. Just going to check my hand back. Don't think there's a lot of value in betting after he big bets turn. King, queen off. Checking this turn card because I really, really dislike it. I'm not saying our aces are in trouble yet, but when I see that big bet, I think they might be. Part of me is literally just wanting to fold now, but we still beat some value. But I'm really unhappy. Just check. Good man. Did he big bet turn with it? Didn't bluff river. Okay. Oh, finisher's not playing a full stack all of a sudden. Which means my initial read, based purely on his name, might not have been a good one. I'm not giving him the blue tag yet, but all of a sudden, I'm thinking he might not be the genius I thought he could be. Don't want to just rip the threes here. This could be a punt. But fuck him. It's a nice river. Okay, it's beautiful. Running up stacks. Right, I just had a messenger message. Fuck knows who that's from, because I don't get many of those things. Not important for the time being. Something that can wait for another, how long? Just over 10 minutes? Got a really crummy gut shot here and the man's got no money. We're out. Ace 10 or this is a blue tag. Gonna make a tight fold. Not one for 4 betting versus blue tags with marginal hands. and I don't want to call ace 10 or UUP against someone who I suspect I don't know because I don't know the player. But if I don't know someone, I'm just going to assume they're under aggressing in every node until they do things to suggest otherwise. My default assumption is going to be this is going to be under 3-bet. So therefore, I'm going to overfold until I see enough evidence to suggest that my default read isn't a good one for that particular player. Finisher's still not reloading, so I'm afraid you have to get that tag. Not ready to commit to blue yet because I think you might just be someone half decent who doesn't really, well, not half decent, but in tightish, aggressive-ish, who just doesn't auto reload. So not willing to commit to blue yet, but you're definitely not going to get orange or better. Now it's time to warm up. Pissing down yesterday, freezing cold. Now it feels like I've got the fucking heating on and I'm indoors. Sweating like a looter in a magistrate's court, I am. Oh my god, I hate immigrants. Really makes you want to steal a fucking tray of Greg's sausage rolls and loot some Crocs. Fucking wankers. Got about 5 more minutes. Did this pool start getting bigger? Not really. It's weird, this party pool. Sometimes there can be like 40 plus players in this time of day, albeit the pool's a size of 40, but it'll be a few regs representing three of the 40 or what have you, or 4 of the 40. On other days, it seems to take an age to get going. Do I want to see bet my ace 10 here? I think ace 9 I would definitely see bet. I think ace 10 probably check back. Versus big band turn will just fold. Joshy went with him in 3 bet and then checked, and something's probably going on here, and I want no part of it. No, it's not. Joshy was just doing Joshy things. In fact, if I want to get this video uploaded before I have to go out, I probably need to knock it on the head now. I need to go out in about 10 minutes just over. King, queen suited. 3 bet. I think we just bet small here in position. Do we barrel turn or not? I think we do. We bet this size on the turn. Is that too big? I don't think so. And then check back rivers. Fold river if we get led into, I think. This is going to be value way too often. Way too often. Like just a pure ace of spades can do this. Flushes can do this. 2 pairs can do this. Theoretically, we have a bluff catcher. I am not going to bluff catch versus this size against this line. Just not doing it. Torn between bet or check here. Jacks is probably going to bet. I'd probably rather check hands like aces, kings, basically in that order: aces, kings, queens, jacks, etc. In that order: check aces more than kings, check kings more than queens, check queens more than jacks, etc. I'm going to carry on betting the turn. Betting feels too thin now. Instinctively. We win a showdown versus. Right. You just get that then, don't you? You just get that. And that's it. We're all done. I quite enjoyed that session. Hope you guys did too, those of you who made it all the way to the end. Hopefully the next video I make will be a PokerStars one, if they ever bother getting round to getting back to me. Cheers everyone, take care and bye bye for now.